It's Ricky Hill. Played forward. Foster's gone to add his height to this situation. Danny Wilson. And it flicked off the Forest defender to provide Luton Town with their first corner.
And I think, Brian, a very similar free kick to which Arsenal benefited from last year against Luton. But once again, Harford and Foster are formidable in the air.
Indeed. Well, let's see what they can do with this one, as Ricky Hill being told to get the ball inside that quadrant. There's our camera inside the Forest goal. They'll be hoping the ball doesn't follow it in there. Sutton going and using his fist to get it away. Gaynor helped it away once again. Grimes driving it in. Fine save. Ashley Grimes hasn't scored at all this season, but that was so close to giving Luton the start they wanted. And fine work by Steve Sutton in the Forest goal. Laws. Gaynor away on the right. Going inside to Neil Webb. Foster going in. He's lost the challenge though. Nigel Clough playing there for Chapman. Oh, the flag is up. Offside, and the goal is ruled out. The first bit of menace really that Forest have shown, the first time they've really put an act together coming forwards. Ooh.
Well, if you level you're off, Brian, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Spot on decision.
Ashley Grimes to Roy Wegley. Yes, Webb read that superbly for Forest, and then had that little interchange with Lee Chapman. Webb going on, a little touch for Clough, back again for Webb. Webb shot! Good save by Steely. Well, at least he stopped it and there was no harm in his inability to hold it, because there were no red shirts around and Danny Wilson was able to tidy up for him. Breaker. Clough winning that challenge against Priest, bringing Neil Webb into it. Now Kingsley back. Young player of great potential. Now a Northern Ireland international, trying to get Ricky Hill through. And the angle was just too sharp. That looked to be a glorious opportunity opening up for Luton Town. After some excellent work by Kingsley Black, and again a slip by Terry Wilson, not having his best game of the season by a long way, and suddenly the angle became more and more impossible. Tim Breaker's throw. Roy Wegley. Crease. In for Black. Onto the left foot. Came off Terry Wilson, it'll be a corner. Steve Sutton couldn't quite keep it in play. Aiming, I think, to the linesman that he had, but certainly from this position it looked as though it had just crossed the line. Well, it provides Luton with a corner. Up comes Steve Foster. Roy Wegley at the near post. Somewhere lurking, yes, at the edge of the box is the powerful figure of Mick Harford. Ricky Hill just behind him. There's the corner. Aim for the head of Harford. Danny Wilson now, turning a good cross back in there again. To go there for Harford. Sutton just got his hand to it, but couldn't stop it going into the net for Luton Town. And the big man who saves important goals for important cup ties. 2 in the semi-finals and he hasn't scored since. And although Sutton got an arm to it, Harford's header goes home. And Luton Town, the underdogs, go into the lead. Pierce taking it from Parker. Foster there for Luton. Cross is a good one. And saved there by Beaumont. Webb was right in there. And, well, Chapman was kicking lumps at the goalkeeper there. Webb desperately trying to stop and doing a mediated job there, because Seeley wanted to have a go at Chapman. And he was hauled back by the Nottingham Forest number 8. I think the Luton goalkeeper really incensed there by the treatment of him as he was lying on the floor there. I think probably from Lee Chapman. Neil Webb trying to get it in there, and a bit of boot going in there from Lee Chapman, and Seeley very unhappy indeed about it. And in fact Chapman now being spoken to by the referee and will get a yellow card. Well, here we are at the other end of the field. Camera inside the goal, finding the ball in there with it as well, and that was the reaction from the Luton Town bench. Webb again. Maybe at half-time Mr. Clough suggested he should impose himself a little more on the game. He's certainly got the scales in his heart. That's going to be a penalty. Seeley brings him down, and Forrest gets a reprieve from the penalty spot. Nigel Clough will take it. He in fact scored from the spot against Luton in February against Les Seeley.
I can't help feeling that Seeley will be disappointed with that.
Well, let's just see whether he'll be disappointed with this as well. It's 1-1. There'll be a father sitting on the bench for Nottingham Forest who'll be greatly relieved by that. So the red and white flags have come out and the banners with them. The inflatables too, and Forest are back in business. Back, stopped by Clough, won by him. Chapman now to Gaynor. Plenty of red shirts forward, and Neil Webb is further forward than any of them. There's Webb. A brilliant goal for Forest, and that's 2-1. Things to say to Tommy Gaynor, because he passed out to him so often and Tommy hadn't been able to gather the ball. That was a superlative ball in by Gaynor, and good quick thinking and clever skills from Neil Webb.
It was a superb ball. Gaynor's kept the shape all afternoon. He's found difficulty getting past Grimes, but he's kept the shape, and whilst he's been out there, there's always a chance of that ball. But I did feel it was a very close decision there, and they've got the benefit of the linesman's flag.
Ashley Grimes with it. Little touch, and a good touch there by Harford. Priest tried to get that in behind the fullback. The flag in any case was up. The referee has allowed the game to go on with Nottingham in possession, and here's Tommy Gaynor. Chapman again made a good break for him, getting towards that 6-yard box. There's Nigel Clough again. It's another one. Well, he's been Forest top scorer for the last 3 seasons. He's top scorer again now. He's added 2 to his 17 that he's scored already this season. He's on 19. Sliding that in wide of Seeley, just inside the far post. And Forest now leading 3-1 with some valuable breathing space. Donna driving it back again, but in amongst the clutch of photographers there. So a goal kick for Nottingham Forest. On their way past Chester, Coventry, Leicester, Queen's Park Rangers, Bristol City, and now they beat Luton Town to take the 1989 Littlewoods Cup. Father and son. Brian Clough's first trophy since Nottingham Forest won the European Cup back in 1980. The cup is back at Forest.
And what a proud day for Brian Clough. He leaves with a wave and a thumbs up to the fans, and Brian Clough and the Forest team will be back at Wembley in 3 weeks' time. Next match, another outstanding